Hello, everybody. Welcome to this very auspicious day. It is, I'm going to turn off that AI here. It is, let's get some good resolution. There we go. It is Star Wars Day, May the 4th, and I am honored to be able to do a live session on a day like this. Wait a minute, gotta get my coffee here because this is Chameleons and Coffee. Good Chameleon, Illuminati cup here. And let's see. It looks like everybody has a rousing chat going on here, and this is the rules for the day. In honor of Star Wars Day, anybody here can use Star Wars quotes ad nauseum under one condition: that if someone is listening and they've never seen Star Wars, oops. Their mama's home. So we're going to hear Shiba Inu's all excited about Yvette coming home. If nobody's seen Star Wars, they cannot say, oh, okay, that's a Star Wars quote. Like if I talk about, I'm going to go get a big poop, and somebody says, oh, that's too big to be a space station. That's so obvious that it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's got to be inserted in comments or in my words, so somebody who hasn't seen the movies wouldn't catch it. So those are the ground rules. So, all right. Oh, hey, we got Finland here. Hello, Tia. All right, everybody. Yes, I know I was 3 minutes late, but I am here. All right, everybody. Hey, Dr. Bob. So, and yes, as is usual tradition, we are going to be checking the Brevicorn eggs. And I have not checked them, so you are checking them with me. They're looking good, but no movement. All right. Well, that's all we can. Well, it's not all we can hope for, but in this case, no news is still good news. It's when they're not doing so good that we want to be sad, that we'll get sad about that. So, all right. There will be a little bit of a disruption here because Yvette has just come home. And of course, my Shiba Inus love their mama. And so they're going to be all over the place. So, all right. So anyway, how's the world going out there? I am having a great time here, putting things together. While I'm telling you about my world, please tell me about what's going on in the Chameleons in your life. But we had a class last Sunday all about learning about parasites, and a number of the students have been getting in all the equipment, the microscopes and all the equipment, and have started to post pictures of what they've been doing. So we are going to be having a lot of fun with people learning and doing their first fecal analysis. Woohoo! So, and let's see. Moto Nick says it's cold and wet. Roxanne had a Pac-Man frog named Jabba. Yep, that's appropriate. Although Eliza has a name Jabba. My dogs are Yoda and oh my goodness. Oh boy. Yes. I don't think that's a Star Wars quote. Oh, let's see. The first time handling my chameleon, and I had to play the natural herpetoculturist, proctologist, prolapse. This is the way. Oh, thank you. It didn't feel very natural. Yeah. Sometimes they don't do so well. Now, for those wondering and interested in learning more about parasites, the class is going to be opened for asynchronous in maybe by the end of next week. I don't know. I think so. Or I'm working really hard on re-editing it up so it would do very well as an asynchronous course. And once that happens, you're going to be able to purchase the course and go through it at your own pace and join in. We have a discussion group that's tied to the class, so you can get into that discussion group once you take the class, and that way we can continue on the discussion. Although I got to be clear, what's included in the course is an invitation to that. The forum on the other side, the discussion group, is one of those very strictly maintained groups where no troubles, no ego, no fights, no passive aggressiveness, none of that garbage. And I'm a pretty strict taskmaster. So if you've got an axe to grind or an ego that needs to be soothed, this is probably not the right place for you. But if you want to go to a place that is supportive and a nice place to learn, then I've got it for you. James has been in the garage all morning. Oh, I know what you've been up to. I'm going to find out soon. No lightsaber involved. No, but you got some magic stuff going on there. So, got back from Reptile Expo. Got some silkworms, butterworms, Oh, some chameleon's going to be eaten well now this week. Happy Star Wars Day for those who celebrate. Can't say I've seen it before, though. Oh, really? You haven't seen? You are one of the few who I actually, in a past life, I was an electronic engineer, and I managed a department of engineers. And it was a very strange thing when one of my engineers had never seen Star Wars. It's like, you're an engineer and you've never seen Star Wars. That's an interesting situation. And I know, and it's actually interesting, the movie itself, and I may be touching on sacrilege here, the movie itself isn't something that I would watch over and over again. I don't consider it one of the great milestones in cinematography. I mean, it certainly broke ground. But it was like, it defined my generation. I was 10 when it came out, 9 years old when it came out. So my entire, that was my generation, Star Wars generation. So even though I actually like Battlestar Galactica better, but don't tell anybody, but really I'm a Star Wars kid. And so it's interesting how it became a cultural thing so much, whether you like the movies or not. So that's where, Gen X, Gen Y, I'm Gen Star Wars. Oh, Steve, congratulations. Brevicorn is gravid again. That is excellent news. We need more Brevicorns in life. I had to ask Roxanne. All right, we're going to have a Star Wars viewing night in the Chameleon Academy. And yeah, I'm learning. Eliza Ann, she has deep roots in the science fiction fantasy world. Met the guy who designed all the Star Wars ships in the originals. Wow, that's very cool. The UK is in the house. Hello, Lay. Very good to see you here. Let's see. James was around 12. Every action figure they made. Oh, I tried. I didn't get all of them, though. Hey, Howard's here. And Ty. Oh, it's just fun having everybody here. Yeah, some of those action figures are worth a lot of money, but as much as I played with them, boy, they're not a whole lot now. Oh, another a manager of Toys R Us. Wow. Yeah, that would have been interesting. All right, so apparently this is the Chameleon Academy here, but let's see. I was raised in Burbank for a field trip. They took us to the set of Battlestar Galactica. Got to meet some of the major actors. My favorite was Lauren Green. Yeah, I would have liked that. So, oh, look at that. Troy, Alicia, and Carl are here. Everybody. And hello, Don. Thank you, Marsha. I appreciate it because, boy, I'm entering into an area here that I'm not used to being when I'm used to being the youngest in the room, and now I'm most often the oldest. So thank you very much. Appreciate thank you for being here with me. Oh, so hello, Annabelle. So just a little update of what's going on as far as the Chameleon Academy. I do have some Parsons, and there was an attempted breeding that almost happened yesterday, which I was very happy about. But I mean, it looked really, really promising. But in the end, it was just, okay, no, it's not going to happen. And tried some O'Shaughnessy, the Shamrock Chameleon breeding, and I had a male just ready to go, and all the females said no. Got one female that is showing signs of wanting to lay eggs, and she was just not happy in the cage that she was in. So I moved her to another cage. I had this nice dirt planter box, and she stopped all signs of walking on the ground and looking for a place to lay. So these Kaluma are going to be trouble. So, but I knew that the Kaluma genus is a difficult genus to work with. The people who have carved out the ability to work with Kaluma have definitely achieved something worthwhile, and so I don't expect it to be easy, but we'll make sure. I'll keep working, and I'll keep sharing with you. The eggs did not hatch yet, Ty. We just did a check here, and they are doing nothing. But the good news is that they're doing nothing. When you're dealing with eggs, the great news is that they're hatching. The good news is that nothing's going on. The bad news is we've got the mold. So I'm very glad I have nothing to share. I'd be even happier if we all saw babies. On Saturdays, I don't check before the show because I want us to all see together. Oh, I bought Red Runners for the first time. Boy, do they run fast. Yeah, fast as my dubia. Yeah, they start getting kind of fast. Bill, we are looking to combine our reptibreeds and do not have access to a 3D printer. Is there someone on the group that could help us with that? Troy, give your contact information. How would you like to be contacted? And we'll see if somebody, what state are you in, Troy? Put contact information and what state you're in. And we'll see if we can get somebody to print things out for you. We have quite the group here. Anybody here have a 3D printer? I'd like to, the second issue of the Chameleon Academy Journal. And yes, I'm working on the next journal. We've been doing a lot of interesting stuff here, but put off my journal, but I'm still working on it. Second issue has a bunch of mending plates for putting two reptibreezes together. And so if you have a 3D printer and you'd like to help Troy out, please raise your hand and say hello, make yourself known. Can female chameleons have false gravidness? Depends on what you mean by that, Nate. They can, of course, have infertile clutches, but that's actually being gravid. They can be obese. I guess you'd call that false gravidness. They can start developing eggs and then reabsorb them if it's, for whatever reason, the body's given the signal in enough time to do that. And I do not know the details as to when that happens or why that happens, but it appears to happen. Mama got another fly. Excellent. What did James say to the DIY fogger? I am your Oh, we got jokes going on here. All right. Oh, everybody's getting into it now. Excellent. Love it. Okay, Troy's in Oregon. All right. So Troy's going to give me the information that he would like to be contacted in. If anybody is around Oregon or anywhere and wants to print out some files for him, contact me at, you know what, we've got, boom, that's my email. Contact me there, and we can connect 3D printer people with the person who needs something 3D printed. Anybody know any good Jackson's Chameleon breeders? This is a problem, Robert's channel. It is difficult to sell Jackson's Chameleons, and so the breeders here. This is the problem with breeding chameleons. You can't just turn it on and off, and so you're either going full bore and being a constant breeder, or else you don't. And the middle, there is very little middle ground other than, okay, I'm going to try to breed this year, and whether it happens or not, I don't know, and I'll have a clutch sometime later. But the problem is, if you don't get enough people to buy all that clutch, you just don't do it again. And you really need to be a dedicated breeder to build up that momentum and build up that clientele, so to speak, so people know to come to you to get all those chameleons. And yeah, the dynamic is difficult with Jackson's Chameleons, and so people, yeah, that's very difficult, Robert's channels. I'm sorry to say. I used to be very much into that. I actually tried to build up a consortium of Jackson's Chameleon breeders, but it didn't work out. I learned a whole lot, and we accomplished a whole lot, but I was not able to achieve my full goals. So, yeah, we need to inspire Stephanie to open up her 3D printer. She's got a very good one. And so we need to, Stephanie, you need to join us and make chameleon stuff. I also had an expo today. I just came home. Easy 12-hour trip. Wow. 12-hour trip? Wow. Okay, hopefully that includes time at the expo. But 600-kilometer drive. All right, that's a lot. That's a lot. Go through the cycle and dig no eggs. Okay, this is the false gravity. It's not common, Nate, although it is common for them to do test holes. But the female is rarely goes the entire cycle to where she's digging and trying to lay eggs when there is no eggs. So, yeah, I've not seen that much. All right. Marcia says, we'll do the, Marcia says she will print the objects. Okay, Marcia, I will send you Troy's information. Why I'm not breeding chameleons. My veiled is a large clutch layer, and there's no one wanting to pay for one since they are wild caught. Oh yeah, and veileds are even tougher to sell. I mean, I guess they're easy to sell, but at such a low price, number one, it's not worth doing it. And you've already, by time you sell them, you've already paid more than in food than somebody would pay for the chameleon. And unfortunately, when you sell to people who pay that little, they do not take good care of the chameleons because it's a throwaway thing, and that's kind of offensive to those of us who love them and want to breed them and share them with other people who love them. Yeah. All right, we got it. I will connect the two. And yes, breeding is stressful on the female. It does shorten their lives. So, I mean, I have a number of females. I just don't breed them. I love like female panthers. They are wonderful pets. I love them. And I have a number I am not going to breed. and just let them live their life. And they're living pretty good. I have one that's, what is it, 5 years, 6 years, and still going strong. That's the kind of life you get with a panther chameleon when you don't breed her. See the community love going on. Yep, that's right. Love it. See, I'm prepping my brain for absorbing breeding info in my attempt to work with Kinyongia bomi, possibly breeding the species. Nate, the secret to chameleon husbandry and chameleon breeding is to get out of the way. And that is the secret that we are all learning, is how do we set up a situation so we can get out of the way of them doing what they do naturally. So that's kind of a fun. Chris, welcome back. Just finished the expo. I love watching how much you've been able to do. Uh-oh.
Can't find Vixen. I think she's either under they ripped through the kin side, and she may be caught underneath the enclosures, the long cages. So I'm trying to figure it out, keeping blazing here.
Okay.
But then there's a gap, and so she could have gotten outside.
My friends, I am very sorry, but we have a little bit of an emergency here. I'm going to have to go right now. Our dog may be in trouble, maybe not, but maybe. And of course, she is the love of my life. And so I am going to have to go. Thank you very much for joining me here. And I'll see you next Tuesday. Okay.